out here camping in the wild, roughing it. It's relaxing though. It's quiet. It's not quiet. There's like ATVs all over the place and dirt bikes and stuff. But the idea of camping is nice. The idea of relaxing and clearing your mind. But we're not talking about any of that today on this here vlog. Today, we're talking about starting a creative path. I remember the beginning of March when our lockdown started and everything was changing. You know, the pandemic was just beginning to affect our lives here in the Midwest. And I remember seeing this article about that. It said, it's okay for you to grieve. And I think there's a lot of things in our life where we are hesitant to act in a certain way, and it's almost like we need permission. And I remember feeling like I was given permission to grieve, you know, the loss of how things were. Like, it's okay to do that. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today, is just when I started this channel, my very first video that still pops up and automatically plays with terrible audio and terrible quality, I was in my office editing another video and it just came over me, and I grabbed my phone and started recording and started talking about starting. And it's because Jesse Driftwood gave me permission to start. YouTube is inundated with gear reviews, and I love gear. I love camera reviews and all that kind of stuff. And I felt so trapped because my gear was really old and I didn't want to shoot everything on an iPhone. I needed like the gimbals and the stabilizers and all the fancy new stuff. And I would watch these camera reviews come out and they would talk about this new camera and it does all this stuff and it shoots these frame rates and it's a pretty decent price for the body alone. It's like, you know, several grand. And so I just felt like I couldn't get started until I had this piece of gear or that piece of gear. And then I watched a video called Don't Buy a Gimbal from Jesse Driftwood, and he just talked about how so many of these things don't matter, and what really matters is just getting out there and creating. The point is, you don't need what you think you need to get started. What it really is an excuse holding you back. And so I've talked about motivation, I've talked about waiting and delayed gratification and waiting for the better thing. And this time I'm giving you permission if you needed that from anybody. But no, maybe it doesn't matter who I am, just to hear out loud that like it's okay for you to start with what you have. You don't need the next piece of flashy gear. And like, as soon as you save up money and buy that flashy gear, there's gonna be like the next model released and your gear is obsolete. And so don't fall for that trap. Don't fall for the myth of the deal. And don't be held back from being a creative. Just get out there and create stuff. Start doing it. All right, I think that's enough. I think that's enough of me rambling for now. Yeah, go start some. Maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's a podcast. Quit talking about it and just do it. Go for it. I'm giving you permission. You're allowed to do it. You don't need fancy gear. You can get by with the bare minimal. It's the first thing you do is gonna be terrible anyway. My first YouTube video, I don't even watch it. And I didn't make it that long ago. But these videos are already better. I'm already growing, I'm already learning. And it's not because I got some better gear. It's not because I, you know, reached some certain point. I haven't gained a huge following. It's just starting. It's just going for it and feeling like I'm allowed to. And we're allowed to. We're allowed to create. We have the right. It's our right. Fight. You gotta fight for your right. Love it. Nature.